Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Rebecca. Today's flow will just be a soulful, slow yin flow in honor of the summer solstice. It is the summer solstice in the Western Hemisphere here in the US. So celebrating the longest day of the year. No props necessary. If you have, block blanket that you might want to have nearby because you know that you normally like to use it, great. Otherwise, just find a comfortable seat, cross-legged, or maybe kneeling, or you could have your hips propped up, grounding down through your sits bones. And from that foundation, notice the length that you grow from the base of the spine to the skull, out through the crown of your head. Begin to breathe into the space of your lungs, expanding the ribs on both the front, the back, the right and the left. So expanding the space in 360 degrees. And be aware of this breath as literally the umbilical cord that connects you to this life, that connects you to this body, to the earth. It's a deep connection. If we think of just this symbolic nature of the umbilical cord, that original connection to our mothers, this mother nurturing energy, providing, caring, kindness, patience. Let your breath be that nurturing mother. That connects you deeper than just the skin, the muscles, and the bones. It connects you to life itself. You can keep the eyes closed, or you could open your eyes for this. We're going to stretch the arms out wide. Inhale, and then exhale, take them to the belly as it contracts and draws inward. We're going to do this a few more times. Inhale, arms reach out, shoulder blades hug onto the back, chest expands. And exhale, ground, hands on the belly. Two more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. In your easy seat, also known as Sukhasana, I want you to bring right leg forward. And we are going to begin by taking circles either direction. I'm just circling the torso out over our base, our legs. And then take it in the other direction. From the center, hinge and fold, reach the hands forward. You might keep the forearms lifted, or you might rest them down on the floor. You could prop up on fingertips or ground through palms. Relax head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe into the backs of the lungs and keep your hips grounded, even though they might want to lift and get lighter as we hinge forward. So the solstice is the doorway to the second half of the year. Since the winter solstice, December 20th, the light has been growing incrementally every day. And notice how that light has provided for you, right? It takes us from the darkness, from that kind of state of the new moon to the full moon, to that place of harvest. Let's walk our hands over to the left-hand side. Now you really want to get heavy through that right hip as you reach off to the left. But this light that has been growing incrementally, it's been growing outside of us. It also can grow inside of us, right? It's the seeds we've planted, it's the dreams that we have, the intentions we've set, and how we grow them and bring them out into the light. So if we look just literally outside and what the growth of light does outside from the sun, solar energy. Slowly rise, and we're going to take this into a seated twist. So now we stack the top of our head on top of our tailbones. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. But we see what the solar energy does for just life around us, right? I mean, outside, it's like it's fiery, it's passionate, it's fertile, it's productive. It helps things grow, right? It literally grows the food that we eat, that we nourish our bodies with. So it's very symbiotic. And we are no different than the sun, right? We're children of the sun, needing its light, its warmth, its energy. It is the energy, literally, of transformation. All right, we're going to bring the hands together, keeping the hands on the outside of left knee. And then we're going to draw the knees together and sit slightly back. Just a gentle engaging of the core. And then we'll bring it to center and we'll take it over to the right. Back to center, and then we're going to take the knees out. The feet are going to be a little further forward. We call this diamond or tortoise. And then fold. Option to take your hands and bring them underneath the legs, and maybe bringing hands to feet. So those forearms come underneath the calves, and the head drops forward. Now this is where, if you wanted to use a block, you could place a block on your feet to support your forehead if it's that close to the floor. Or you can just let it hover. Breathing deeply. So we could even think of this solar energy literally as our becoming, unfolding into who we are, shining that light on our true selves, on our authentic selves, on our wishes, our desires, our intentions, bringing everything out into the light, moving from the inner to the outer. And slowly rise. We're going to change the cross of the legs. So now left leg is going to come in front, and we're going to take those torso rolls. Reverse the circle. And then come forward, fold forward. So interestingly enough, the solstice, so from the 20th, or we could say the 21st, because the solstice is direct, I believe, in the evening of the 20th, it will start to move in the other direction. We will lose light incrementally. So the true irony is this is the stage where we're moving into that yin energy, the shadow, the darkness, a time of contemplation, moving from the outer to the inner. So if we think of the solstice like the full moon, from winter solstice to summer solstice, it is essentially the waxing phase, the building of the energy. And then once we pass the summer solstice, it is the waning. the release, the surrender. Time to go back within, to regroup, to reset, to reorganize, surrender, plant new seeds. But as we know, it doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't happen in a month. It's like this slow process, and the light will eventually, let's take it over to the right-hand side, keeping in your fold and just reaching to the right, adding a little twisted fold here. So that light starts to decrease incrementally, slowly drawing us in. But it is known that, most of us will tend to slow down in the wintertime because it feels so natural with the darkness, and people practice more yin. My yin classes are fuller. But actually, yin is best practiced in the summer because it is a complement to the heat. It is a cooling practice. We're going to rise up to the seated twist. So now extending our spines fully, gently wringing it out to the right. But I love paying attention to the moon cycles, just like I like paying attention to equinoxes and solstice, because it reminds me of the nature's rhythm, and that there is a rhythm, even if sometimes I can't feel it myself, if I'm out of whack. And it's very, very easy in this day and age to get out of whack because of artificial light and all these devices and 24/7 news cycles. So it's really kind of hard to, I think it gets more and more challenging with all the distractions to really tune into our natural circadian rhythms. So it's so important, I think, to kind of notice and honor those times of solstice, of equinox, of the moon phases. All right, we're going to take those hands to the outside of right knee, and then we're going to draw those legs together. And we're just going to lean back here a little bit, so a little more yang, a little more active. And then the hands come to center, into the left, back to center one more time, turtle, tortoise, Krimasana. Be aware of your breath. That umbilical cord of connection to life. And slowly rise. We're going to cross the legs and come forward to all fours, tabletop. Extend right leg back. So calf stretch, tuck the toes, heel is lifted, heel presses away from the top of the head. And if you want to rock it forward and back, feel free. You can just hold the stretch. And then I want you to press into right toes and your palms, and we're going to lift that left thigh up toward our ribs. And then we're going to cross left ankle over right knee, and we're going to bring that knee down for a figure 4 tabletop. So this is hip opener, and you're going to notice that your back bend and your fold here in cat-cow are going to be maybe a little more challenging because of the open hip and the tailbone. But I want you to think about pressing that left knee toward the back of your space. Bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. 2 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Final one. Figure 4 puppy pose. Walk the hands forward. And noticing if the open hip feels too much for your body, you can always just make this a more traditional puppy pose by uncrossing the legs. You can let the forehead and the forearms drop down. You could stay hovering. You could tent your fingers. Puppy, thread the needle. We're going to take that left arm and we're going to thread it under, twisting to the right. Right arm reaches forward. Unwind through center pigeon pose, bringing that left knee forward, stretching that right leg back, and then hinge and fold when you're ready. Now, a couple things. You could add a twist if you wanted. You could kind of do the thread the needle that we just did to the right. You could try to hook right elbow on the outside or the bottom of that left foot, and you could do a prayer twist. If you do the twist, you want to think about dropping that right side of the pelvis down toward the floor. So I'm like looking at myself and I have a very opened hip position and it's still slightly open even as I try to ground it. It's just more intention and noticing how your body is aligned here. You could also bend right knee and grab a hold of right foot or ankle. Or you can just stay folded, doing what is right for you. Slowly begin to rise, walking the hands back. We're going to take this into a modified side plank. So you're going to be opening up toward the right side, and I'm going to have my back to you. So I'm going to start to draw that left leg in. I'm going to press into that left knee. Left hand comes toward the top of my mat. Right toes reach toward the back. And then right arm reaches up toward the sky. And then I'm going to take this into a side body stretch. You could keep it in a heart opener, just continuing to reach that right hand up toward the sky. Or take it forward and draw your bicep along your ear. And come back through table. We're going to switch to the other side. Left foot goes back, toes tuck, calf stretch, lengthen from the top of your mat to the back of your mat. Deepen your breath. Pressing into left toes and palms. We're going to lift that right knee and then we're going to cross right ankle over left knee, bringing that left knee down and that right lower leg down. So think figure four, right? We're in a figure four table. That right knee is pressing back. I'm going to walk my hands slightly back so the wrists are underneath my shoulders. Inhale to cow pose and exhale to cat. Two more. Figure four puppy pose, letting the hands come forward, lengthening the side bodies, the spine. Deepen your breath. Staying with that innate circadian natural rhythm of your breath. Letting that be the connection point of bringing you home to yourself, to presence, drawing you into this experience. We're going to thread the needle. Right arm threads underneath left, and we twist to the left. And gently unwind. We'll bring that right knee forward, sending that left leg back, pigeon pose. And hinge and fold. And options here if you took the twist on the other side. Doing it on this side as well. So at this peak of light, what are you harvesting? What have you been dreaming about? What are the seeds you've planted? How have you grown? And sometimes it's us taking action, and sometimes it feels a little more fate-driven. That the right people, places, experiences come along. Just finding some gratitude for all the experiences since that winter solstice that have shaped us into being. And we will slowly rise, walking the hands back. Now remember, we're going to just start to send that right leg over to the right side of our mat. Right hand comes forward, left toes reach to the back of the mat. You can make this a heart opener or a long side body stretch. What is right for you? And then bring it back through center. We will complete this practice with one round of sun salutations, slow and steady, honoring that light and that solar energy, that energy of transformation within each and every one of us, supporting our becoming, our unfolding, how we're choosing to blossom and shine out right now. Gaze forward, travel forward to the top of your mat. Fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, right foot steps back, Anjaneyasana. 3 deep breaths. Feel into your feet. Lengthen through your spine. What are you reaching toward? Harnessing that sun's energy. And then we're going to bring the hands down, step back, plank pose. Slow lower down onto your belly. Take your hands behind your back, interlace them. Deep breath in, locust pose, lighting up that backside of our body. Those muscles that support holding us upright. And release. Hands come down. Press into palms and knees. Press back, down dog. Right leg lifts high. And draw right knee forward, and then we're going to cross right ankle over left knee for figure 4 down dog. That right hip for most of us wants to drop, so try to lift it to even it out with left. Press that right knee toward the back of your mat. Step it forward and wide, runner's lunge. Bring your back knee down. Pull your shoulder blades back, sternum forward. And then we're going to reach right arm forward, take it up, and reach it back. Option to bend left knee, maybe grab a hold of the foot or ankle for a quad stretch. And release. Left foot steps wide and forward, Malasana. Yogi squat, 3 deep breaths. Fold, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Second side, exhale, fold. Plant the hands. This time, left foot steps back, Anjaneyasana. 3 deep breaths. Hands come down. Right foot steps back, plank. Slow lower onto your belly. Hands come behind your back. 1 round of locust. Lift up, hold it here. And release. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. And then draw left knee forward. Left ankle crosses over right knee, figure 4 down dog. So lift that left hip, press that left knee back, breathe deeply. Step forward and wide, runner's lunge, right knee comes down, shoulders roll back, hips press forward. Left arm reaches forward. We're going to take it up, back, reach it back. Maybe you take that quad stretch. And release. Left hand inside of left foot, right foot outside of right hand. All right, Malasana, 3 deep breaths. And we're gonna bring this into a seat and come onto your back. If you'd like sleeping butterfly, otherwise you could keep the legs parallel in a more traditional Shavasana shape. Right hand to belly, left hand to heart. Connecting with your breath, connecting this with this umbilical cord that connects you to life. Honoring the light within you that's been growing. Honoring the light outside of you that has been nurturing your growth. How will you harness this light, this solstice, this summer, and use it to be productive, fertile, creative, passionate? How will you use it to support yourself and nurture yourself? And let's all come into a star shape, supine star, taking the feet wide, taking the arms wide overhead, and literally shining your light up, getting big, taking up space, acknowledging, honoring your brilliance, and how important it is to share your gifts, your light with the world. It is not a boastful, prideful thing. It is sharing your gifts, not squandering them. That people need your light, people need your inspiration, your guidance, whatever it is that is your strength, your offering. Maybe it's simply your presence. And then draw your knees into your chest and roll to your side. And press up to a seat. Bringing hands to heart center, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze softened. May all beings be happy, healthy, safe, and at peace. Hariom Tat Sat.